Good morning, guys. We're starting a new section today, Functions and Relationships. This is topic 15 from your textbooks. A lot of what you're going to see you might have already seen this year, so some of it is recap and then building on to what we've already done. Alright, so in this lesson, we're just going to recap how to find the general rule. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so you can write the dates, you can write the heading, which is Functions and Relationships. And your second heading would be recap how to find the general rule. Okay, so you've seen this. This is a flow diagram. You've got your input values on the left-hand side, your rule or your general rule in the middle, and your output on the right-hand side. So you're going to have, so wherever there's an x, you're going to substitute whatever input value it is. So in this case, it would be 0 plus 12, which is just 12. And then the next one will be 1 plus 12, which is 13, etc. Okay, so that would be quite easy, your flow diagram. Alright, then you've got this can also be represented as a table. So if this was the table here, these values at the top here, also known as x, these values are n, and your bottom values would be tn. Okay, so you would use this general rule to find out what tn is equal to. So say I'm trying to find tn where n is equal to 0, so this first column here, I would just say 2 times 0 minus 1, which will be equal to minus 1. Okay, notice that I said t0 because in this case n was equal to 0. So for the next one, it would be where n is equal to 1, so it would be t of 1 is equal to 2 times 1 minus 1, which is equal to 1. And I would fill that in. And I would do the same for 2. And I would do the same for where n is equal to 4. Okay. Alright, so this stuff is still quite easy and you know how to do this. Finding the general rule is a little bit more tricky, but we have done it this year. But I just want to show you it again. Okay, so here's my table. It's already been filled in for me. Here are my x values, also known as my n values. And here are my y values, which are also known as tn. Okay, my general rule is always in this form. You're going to have y, or tn, is equal to the difference multiplied by n or x plus a random constant that makes the rule true. Okay, so in this case here, d represents my difference. So in this case here, the y values are decreasing by -4 every single time, so my difference is -4. The n in this formula is the top number here. So all of these are n's or x's. Okay, and then my tn would be the bottom number, also known as y. So there's one kind of coordinate pair where x is 0, y is equal to 9. And then my c in the formula is just a constant, so a number without a variable attached to it. Okay, so if I'm trying to find the general formula, there's my general kind of formula rule. I can substitute. So d will be -4, that's my difference. And then n and tn, that's one coordinate pair. So I chose 0 and 9. So I just substituted. N was 0, tn was 9. And if I go and solve that, -4 times 0 is 0. 0 plus c is just c. So I know that my constant is 9. Okay, so in my general rule, the only thing that I substitute in my difference and I substitute in my c. N and tn remains the same. So my general rule formula for this specific pattern is tn is equal to -4n plus 9. And you can check it. So is -4 times 1 plus 9 equal to 5? Yes, it is. Okay, let's do another example. Alright, so here's another example. Again, I'm going to use my difference. So d would be +2 in this case because it's increasing by +2 every single time. And I'm going to use the first coordinate pair. So where n is 0, tn is equal to 1. Okay, here's my formula. So my tn is going to be 1. My d is 2 and my x or my n is equal to 0, so I substitute that in. Again, 2 times 0 is equal to 0. 0 plus c is equal to c. Okay, so my constant is 1, my difference is 2. That's all I need for my general formula. So again, I'm only going to substitute my difference and my constant. So it'll be my difference was 2, and I figured out that my C was equal to 1, so there's my general rule. Okay, so now I can check myself. Is 2 times 1 plus 1 equal to 3? Yes, it is. Alright, for homework, I want you to do these exercises. It looks like a lot, but it's not. I've taken 1 or 2 kind of tables from each exercise, so it's not a lot. This is what it looks like. Okay, so in the first exercise, you just have to find your output values by plugging this in on your calculator. You don't need to show me any working out. For the second exercise, also just plugging this into your calculator and figuring out your y values. Please copy these tables into your books. This third exercise, you're going to have to find the general rule of these 2 tables, and this last one, you have to find the general rule and then work out M and N. Okay guys, good luck!